All right, man. Well, James, do you go by James or JB? How you
I
wanna
go
do?
by James. Everybody calls me JB, so either or. Everybody
All
knows me
right.
as JB, so whichever works.
Well, perfect. Well, one of the reasons why I'm actually getting people on this call, uh, this for this group is because in Savannah, I'm from here, grew up here, and do real estate here. And I just wanted to bring out some local people that's actually doing the business here in Savannah, as far as real estate investing, in that way. So I really appreciate you. I know we got a tight schedule, so I'll jump right into it. But before I get into it, man, not everybody knows who you are. Would you mind just kind of introducing yourself, like how you got into real estate and what you're doing now?
Okay, I'm James Bennett, aka JB. Most people know me as JB from Savannah. I'm basically naturalized Savannah son. I wasn't born here, but I call it home now. So I used to be in the army, and decided to stay here in Savannah. After all, instead of going back to Brooklyn, New York, I do a lot of properties here in Savannah. I own a lot of apartment complexes, a lot of houses. I do flip a lot of houses also. Did about 10 or 11 last year. I'm doing more this year. And also I have a lot of commercial buildings, which I'm trying to facilitate a lot of Black owned businesses to get involved. So that's where I'm at right now with everything.
Awesome. Awesome, man. No, that's what's up. And I see you in the community a lot. How many projects are you working on right now currently?
Ooh, um, I would say maybe about 10.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
and are you at capacity? Are you looking for more?
Well, I'm still buying more property. Going from one, so we have properties that's for sale. We have properties that we just purchased. So we just keep it rotating. As soon as something sells, we buy more.
And I mean, it seems like you've been here for a while, so you've seen I would say, the growth of Savannah. I grew up here. I went to high school here, but I left for a little bit. I always came back and forth. Um, Tell me, what have you seen as far as in the last 5 to 10 years in Savannah? Have you seen a lot of growth, or has it kind of just been like the same?
Well, there's a lot of growth downtown. There's a lot of growth downtown. A lot. I've seen that grow tremendously. Um, Inner cities, not so much. That's one of the reasons why I actually took my ball game to inner city Savannah to actually make them better, to grow the inner cities and give them better properties, better neighborhoods. But the growth is actually really downtown, and even the south side of Savannah, there hasn't been a lot of growth. In the south, it's been the same, but downtown is where basically all the growth has been at.
And I was seeing something about, I thought this was pretty cool. Like you said that you turned 200K into 3.2 million. I know you got a class and you got some things, how, and you did that in the last 6 years. How did you do that? If you don't mind, if you just a snippet of how how did
Well,
you achieve that?
well, it's basically leverage. You're gonna use money that you have to put down payments on properties, and when you get the values up, when you buy low and you rehab and get the values up, it adds up. So $200,000 goes a far away when you actually buying the right type of properties that you can actually improve their values. So that's the main thing.
And there's a lot of talk about like gentrification, right?
Right.
And is that what, when you say bring the value up, essentially, is that what you're talking about?
No, gentrification basically has something to do with just other people that are not from your neighborhood kind of moving in and buying up everything and putting you out, pricing you out of the properties. That's gentrification. In terms of what I'm talking about is bringing back blight, taking something from a blighted situation to where it's now livable. So if something was worth $20,000 when it's blighted and you're rehabbing it, it's now going to be worth $125,000. Now you done took, a $5,000 down payment to where it's now worth $125,000. So you took 5,000 and now it's 125.
Right. And so you're bringing value to neighborhoods. You're
Correct.
actually like, you're taking homes that are dilapidated or blighted, and you're bringing value to the neighborhoods. And it sounds like you're doing it in neighborhoods that you're saying aren't seeing a lot of growth. So you're helping redevelop neighborhoods one house and sometimes buildings at a time.
Yeah, that's the thing. So like I do a lot of stuff on the south side too. Like I did maybe 4 or 5 houses in Georgetown. You know, when a person moves out and properties run down, I bring them back up to standard and I turn them back over to families, you know, sell them. But especially in the neighborhoods that are more bright, like in inner cities, I buy a lot of those properties and I don't sell them. I keep them as rental properties. Reason being, if I sell those properties in the inner cities, then a lot of people that would have loved to live there that are maybe African Americans or poor couldn't afford it. So if I keep it as a rental property, then I can actually bring back the people that were once living there, or their family want to come out to the area, they can afford to live there. So I try to stop gentrification that way by not selling my properties that I buy in the inner city. I sell properties on the south side and other places, but not really in the inner city. I keep those so I can actually being able to control the environment.
Absolutely. And make it still affordable. Like,
Yes.
you know, I was in San Francisco, and as you probably, if you know anything about San Francisco, the rents were crazy,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of tenants that lost out on that. So that's pretty cool that you're able to do that privately. You know, I know it's not the easiest
No,
dealing with government. So this
no.
business here, it's easy, right? You get to make a lot of money, and it's just a walk in the park, right?
Well,
Te-
listen, on Monday, I was crying tears because the city up my butt over me trying to get some permit for a new restaurant I'm trying to open. And I got code enforcement all over my properties. Now, these are properties I'm buying. These are blighted properties that have been sitting there for years. I buy them, I'm fixing them up, and one at a time. So I'll fix up one property at say 214, and they're sending me code compliance for 216. Like, you know, I'm gonna fix it up. You know who I am. Then you shouldn't be stressing me about repairing stuff because you know exactly where I'm going with it. I'm going to get it fixed. So like I said, this business has its ups and downs, but like I tell a lot of people, I've been broke before and I've been rich. Rich is better. You understand? So I rather being able to afford to fix my problems and being independent, fixing your problems, than being able to say, well, you know what, it's too much of a headache. I don't want to do it. So it's not easy, but I make it look easy a lot of times, but it's not easy.
We got a question in here. How do you find your deals these days? How are you
Okay.
finding your deals?
Well, deals come in all different shapes and forms. A lot of people will bring me stuff. One of the biggest things is I'm big on. I tell a lot of people, if you bring me a deal and numbers work, then I'll buy it. So I have realtors or people just shoot me information about properties, and I do a lot of late night surfing myself. I look for properties on my own. A lot of my commercial buildings, I found them myself, and I just put my realtors on them to acquire them for my company. So basically, you have to live, sleep, and eat when you're buying properties, because properties get on the market, and within a couple of hours, you got 10 people putting offers in. So you got to be within a know. That's the main thing.
Well, Savannah's small. It seems like you could just eat up all the properties. I mean, do you feel like people always say Savannah's small, so it ain't no properties out there. You're kind of taking them all, but I feel like me and you've never really ran into each other on any deals, and
Right.
I've done a little bit of transactions, and I know you've done quite a bit.
Right.
But as far as like, I mean, I think there's enough room for everybody to eat, and that's why
Yes.
I'm talking to you, because I want to encourage more people to get in the game. You
Right.
know,
Well,
so
I'm doing that by, I just had a consultation a while ago with another gentleman. He bought his first 4-unit building, and He came and he heard about me and he paid for his consultation, and we just had a meeting for about an hour. And now he just left. He feels real comfortable where he's at right now, and to go buy his next couple of projects. I told him exactly how to use his money to do 100% financing on his deals to get them done. So he's now on a path to do more, and that's the main thing. We want to be able to. There's a lot out there for everybody. The building he bought, I saw it before, but for where I'm at in my real estate career, I don't need that building in my portfolio. But for him, it cash flows and makes money. See, where I'm at right now, I'm looking at different avenues. So I don't mind. I got two Mogul mentees. One paid $2,500, one paid $5,000. I'm actually working with them to acquire property, but I'm in the process. So they'll show me the property. I go through the entire deal with them. I'll even find them a banker. I'll find them funding to buy the property and get them in their first deal and know it's foolproof because I signed off on it. So there's enough to go around. Like if I don't want to buy something, I'll just pass it off to one of my guys. But like I said, there's enough to go around. There's real estate. You will continue to have real estate to purchase in Savannah, so long as there's older property in here, so long as people are going to lose their property. So it's a lot, and especially in the cities, it's still untouched by a lot of people because a lot of us African Americans don't really want to buy the block. We want to move to Pooler where it's cooler. We want to go. We like new houses. I've never bought a brand new car off the lot. Reason being, I don't believe in it because you're going to devalue. You buy a brand new house, it's inflated by the builder. So I'd rather buy something that I can repair, fix up, I can build on my own. So yes, there's enough to go around. And like I said, I never seen you at an auction or seen you, whatever. But maybe we have come across each other when your realtor put an offer in a property and my realtor did, and I won the bid because money's power. So, that's the main thing. So a lot of realtors love working with me because they know I can close the deal, and that's the main thing.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And so you talked about, you never bought a car, off the lot, brand new, right? How are you continuing to buy? Because I know you got some luxury cars, right? And so how are you, and I think they're beautiful. How are you continuing to buy some of these cars? What's that formula? Because I know there's a little formula with that. I know you talked about leverage earlier.
Yeah. Well, with the car, I always tell people, I'm big Robert Kiyosaki fan, and I'm big on using your asset to pay for your liabilities. Like, I'm big on if I'm going to be purchasing a property, and like we all talk about, equity, and I can, raise the stakes on this property from where it was blighted to where now it's an income producing property, and I can actually, cash out the property. I use that to purchase a vehicle. That property now, mortgage wise, pays for my vehicle. So that particular person is renting that property. I got a mortgage for $500-600, and I'm renting it for $1,200. Then I can afford to get a car for $300 a month. So cash out, buy a car.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it, man. So, as far as money, do you use hard money? Do you use only banks? Do you use your own money? Is it a mixture? Like, how does that work? Because I think money's a topic that people are kind of like skittish on. They really don't want to. They're like, I can't get in because I ain't got my own money, or vice versa.
I tell you, if your credit is your vehicle, the entire system of economics is built and predicated on borrowing and leveraging. You borrow at 5, you invest at 10. You borrow at 10, you invest at 20. You borrow at 20%, you invest at 50. You know what I'm saying? So all money is good money depending on how you plan to use it. For instance, I've borrowed money at 20% before, but I've made 300%. I borrowed money at 5% and made 100%. So it all depends on the numbers at the end of the day. And yeah, I use my own money. I've used 100% financing, where none of my money. Use private funding. I got investor funding. So a lot of deals will take different forms in terms of one bank would say, I don't want to invest in that project. and I'm at the closing table in a week, and they're telling me that, so I got to go to my private guy. I need $500,000. You know, I set my rates set at whatever percentage we agree to, and we buy the property. So you got to have different lenders for different things. Fix and flip loans or same thing. Like you have people that give you rehab costs up to 90%, 100%. So wherever you get in, you fit in. So that's the main thing. But you can never be too scared to borrow to create passive income.
Absolutely, man. And why are you buying real estate? I mean, there's so many different things that you can invest in. You're very bullish on real estate. I see that, right?
Yeah.
And you probably have other investments. I know you have restaurants and you do other things, but why are you buying real estate, especially like with COVID? Everybody's like, now with COVID, why are you buying?
Well, I'm buying because the numbers work. If the only thing that slowed me down was COVID. I've been on a tear for years. Like I've increased my net worth every single year. I've grown every single year. Real estate is the only vehicle that literally allows you to have passive income, have depreciation, have tax write-off, have equity gain. There's a lot. You literally have all these different assets within one vehicle. As to stocks, I have stocks, but my stock account basically, I put it out and buy real estate. So my stock broker be like, "You need 50,000?" I say, "Yep, I got a big deal coming." But I know for a fact I can put the money back with that deal, so I don't sweat. So I'm not big on stock because at the end of the day, I used to day trade. I lost $27,000 day trading before. I'm not doing that no more. So I could take that money and put it in real estate and do a lot more. So I'm very bullish, like you said. Like I would invest down to my last dollar because I know it will come back. So that's the whole thing. It's a whole system that I have set up here that I know works. When I put my money in, I know how the money will come back to me before I even put the money in. So I can invest without fear unless there's a COVID-19 or there's a deep depression or something. Then that's the only thing that can stop me. But besides that, I've been through the recession before and I beat it. So, and I said it's all about just having the confidence and the know-how that you're going to invest and get it back.
Absolutely. Are you going to bring back the workshops when people feel a little more safe to come around and all that?
Yeah, we got a few workshops that we already started. I think I was supposed to be doing one July, I think 17th. We're trying to put stuff together right now with Zelonia Williams, and we'll see exactly if that's going to come to fruition. But yeah, as soon as we're going to do, I think we're still going to do social distancing. By then, I think we'll be back in full flight maybe around August, unless we have a new spike in this COVID stuff and we had to shut back down or whatever. But yeah, we're going to be doing classes, and I'm also facilitating some maybe online stuff where people can actually pay to watch it online like I've done before, which will kind of help them, reach people further out that actually want to see it, because a lot of people want information, but some people want to be in class, some people actually want to be in a remote location watching it.
Absolutely. Now, where can we eat at? Because you're a restaurateur. What are some of the places? Because I want to make sure that the names are right. I haven't. What are some of the restaurants that we can go enjoy? Right now, if you don't mind sharing that.
That's right. Right now we're working on Cool Vibes Pizza Wing on Montgomery Street, 4501 Montgomery Street, Unit F. It's a big sign out front. It's at the Kingston Square Plaza, which I own on entire plaza. So I decided to put a business there, a couple of businesses. So we will open in about another 2 weeks. And we also affiliated with Green Fire Pizza in Pooler. That's a new location that's opening a bar and restaurant. So definitely it's right there beside, close. As soon as you get by Lowe's, right beside Lowe's, you can't miss it. And the hospital that they got over there. So definitely check it out. So Green Fire and Cool Vibes. We'll be doing Cool Vibes as a franchise, meaning that as soon as I open that one, we'll be looking for other locations to purchase buildings and put it on the south side and so on and so forth. So it's a growing brand.
And I just seen you acquired a commercial building, so you're going to be providing some office spaces for some entrepreneurs, businesses. We got quite a bit of people in the group that are locally here in Savannah. So, when that comes, definitely follow, JB. So James, tell us how can we get a hold of you if somebody has a deal? Are you looking at deals right now as far as single family homes? And
Yeah.
I know we're short on time, we're coming at that 20 minutes, but if you don't mind kind of talking so that people can send you the right information, because I know some people will say, I got a deal. What are you looking for in a deal? And then what's your contact info that we can get a hold of you that doesn't
Okay.
put
Okay.
you off?
So two ways to two ways to reach out to me is first through social media. Um, um, a lot of times I'm online. You can reach me through JB Flip Savannah. Um, that's my main page, JB Flip Savannah. You can pull me up. If you Google JB Flip Savannah, you pull up all my stuff. Also my Gmail, jbflipsavannah@gmail.com. So that's one of the easiest way, jbflipsavannah@gmail.com. Then phone number to my office is 912-228-4630. 912-228-4630. You can always call, leave a message. I always return phone calls, and I try to I respond to all the messages that I receive and emails so people can get a hold of me. I'm looking at these. I just looked at a property in Pooler. I looked at two houses this week. I bought three last week. So I'm currently buying more and looking at deals. So long as the numbers work, then basically, for equity and cash flow purposes, then I'm all in to buy.
Awesome. Well, like I said, man, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you jumping on here. I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast.